Alrighty, what's going on, fellers? Another quick video. My back is killing me. Fucking busting my ass doing cleaning and doing stuff for work. Slowed down a little bit, so I got a chance to do some cleaning and some organizing. And oh man, you know the feeling where you're just standing there and you're sorting through shit for like 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, and it just gets longer and longer, and you're just standing there rummaging through shit. And yeah, eventually your back starts to hurt. Or at least in my case, because I'm becoming an old fart. But, what are you gonna do, right? So I'm relaxing right now, and then I guess I'll get back to it in a little bit. Oh, my back. Anyway, but yeah, guys, I'm about to go on vacation. Yeah, I could use a fucking break. Probably just sleep for most of it. All I do is work. Oh my god. I go to bed at 11 like a fucking loser. I can't stay up till 3 or 4 like I used to. It sucks. Getting older sucks. You're not allowed to just stay up for several days straight. Can't handle it. I get too sleepy. But I used to be able to do that shit, but getting old and closer to death, so what was I talking about? Yeah, just the older you get, the less time you have. And not just because you're getting closer to death, but like when you're younger, you can handle things a lot better, easier, you can fucking like pig out real quick on some crazy unhealthy meal like hot dogs or sausages or something, and then immediately after eating it just run around and do whatever. Like, not anymore. Today I'm just like, oh shit, I had 2 slices of pizza. Oh man, let me just chill out for a second. Okay, I'm good. I can slowly get back into the swing of things. Everything just takes longer when you get older. Yep, it kind of sucks. But also your responsibilities are increased, so that's the big thing. So you just don't have as much free time as you used to. So that's my point is as you get older, it's not just I don't know, you get worse at certain things. You do get better at other things cuz it's weird. The older you get, kind of the smarter you get and stronger you get, but then at a certain point you start getting weaker and clumsier and then eventually you get so old that you start becoming stupid, basically. So I don't know. That it depends. Like Bernie Sanders or Noam Chomsky, they're still pretty level-headed for being over 70 or whatever. But then you got like Shrimp and Biddy, and clearly, oh, that's what's going on. That's what's going on with those old bets. I wonder if that'll be me soon enough. Sometimes I'm like that, at least when I get up in the morning. But anyway, yeah, guys, 34, getting older. Probably aging crappier than some people because, it's not like I was born rich or I'm a super rich dude. I was always poor. And over the past 5 years, I finally got a decent job and things are starting to look up and I can have nice things like sick, crazy, weird, relic whatever the fuck this thing is, crazy guitars. But anyway, enough about me. Why you guys don't want to hear about that shit? Um, yeah, I just want to rant about Halo real quick because it's funny. You guys know about that Halo TV show that they announced that they would be doing back in fucking 2013, apparently, is when this shit was first announced, right around the time of the Xbox One launching. And yeah, Steven Spielberg, big shot producer, was supposed to be a producer or something like that for this thing. That didn't really go anywhere, I guess. And apparently this Halo TV show thing has never really taken off ever for several fucking years. And apparently as of recent, it's finally gone underway and they've begun production and shooting and stuff. So that's cool, I guess. It's 343 heading up a lot of the script writing points, so I don't have much faith in the writing department. Hopefully it at least looks cool and we get to see a bunch of alien cocksuckers get gunned down by assault rifles and M60s and shit. You know, because if 343 can't write, which is basically true, could they at least give us like an action-packed, like Starship Troopers level carnage? You know, that would be nice. Something like that. I know they're capable of delivering decent graphics from time to time, especially when they hire dudes like Blur Studios or whoever they're called, the guys who did the cinematic scenes for Halo 2 anniversary. Oh yeah, that reminds me. There's this fucking Nazi bootlicking piece of garbage. He's like some rich white boy who was basically handed everything that he could ever need or want in his life. And when he grew up, all he decided to do is spend his being a hateful, racist, sexist, just asshole overall. And just a pretty awful, disgusting human being, and pretty pathetic too. Has a lot of daddy issues and whatnot. His name is Cope Feet Coward. Well, his name is actually I don't know his fucking real name actually, because we've just been calling him. You ever call somebody like disgusting, cruel, insulting names so much to the point where you forgot what their actual fucking name is? Yeah, that just now happened. I don't know this guy's fucking name, but we call him Cope Feet Crowder, and that's his last name, Crowder. Yeah, Cope Feet Crowder, and Steven, that's his fucking name. Okay, Steven Crowder. Yeah, he's this Nazi bootlicking weirdo guy. He tries to like do comedy that dabbles around being racist or semi-racist or seemingly racist, but not really. But he always just fucks it up and ends up being racist or sexist or whatever. You know, like, you're doing it all wrong, my guy. You're fucking up. That's not how you do it. You know, you're supposed to walk up to that ledge and almost go over, but you don't go over. That's what makes it funny. But he just straight up goes there every fucking time, and it's like, oh my god, that's Jesus Christ. You're an asshole. You're gonna offend people. That's not funny, dude. It's just too much. Anyway, the guy was basically me like 5 to 10 years ago. Although I was never that bad. This guy is Jesus Christ. What's fucked up is I don't think the dude honestly believes a lot of the BS that he spews, but I think he's in bed with some billionaire, millionaire types that are the real disgusting human beings, and he's just a tool for them. He's just a mouthpiece to spread their bullshit. And, as per usual, 9 times out of 10, it's a rich cocksucker who's causing all the evil behind the scenes, right? So that's basically what you got here. You see the same thing with a lot of evil corporations or whatnot. But anyway, I'm just talking about some dickhead and his Nazi bootlicking YouTube channel. Yeah, Crowder Boy. The reason I'm mentioning him is just because I found this hilarious video. Check it out. My buddy Oleg here, he posted this shit. It's so funny.
This is actually a fan of mine who made this. Government issued memories. Take a look at it. Let us take a look really quickly here for you guys. If you didn't see what actually happened, we can just watch it here, and you'll get a nice little 30-second clip of what actually happened.
Sacred icon.
So anyway, the point of this is there's this Nazi bootlicking douchebag being a piece of shit, and he likes to like pride himself at being a master at debating people. Like, he'll destroy anyone in an argument or whatever. So he was supposed to debate this dude who's just like this pop culture YouTube channel, and Crowder prides himself as like a political channel, even though I wouldn't call it that. It's just a channel that's filled with hate and fail attempts at comedy. Anyway, but he thinks he's some kind of political debater expert guy thing, and he claims that he can destroy anybody in a debate. So this guy he was going to go up against decided to pull a fast one on him and get Sam Cedar to debate him, who is pretty decent at debates, actually. And would definitely fucking give Cope Feet Coward over here a run for his money. And so this H3 guy, his name's Ethan, he ended up doing the debate with Cope Feet. And then he fucking just invited Sam in without any warning. And Sam just showed up, and the fucking dude freaked out and said all kinds of ridiculous, unfunny, weird things, some racist things. He clearly had himself sort of a panic attack, and it was just kind of hard to watch and kind of hilarious at the same time. But anyway, he ended up chickening out like a little bitch. Like, here he is saying that he can debate whoever the fuck, and I guess not. He ran off like a coward, because he is one. And it was really fucking funny, so I suggest that all you guys check it out. He's just like Bong Shapiroid, that little fucking crazy incel dude. You know, they talk a big game, they can make an argument for anything, they're smarter than anybody, they talk like that, but when you get right down to it, and you actually grill them on some serious questions and talk about some serious issues, like, they're pretty fucking ignorant and not up to speed on these subjects, you know? They're pretty fucking stupid in a lot of ways, is all I'm saying. And they're definitely not as perfect as they claim to be, you know? Well, they never said that they were perfect, I'm sure, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so some guy made some funny meme shit video about this dickhead. It's just funny.
Has been found. With it, our path is clear.
look at him. They put his face on the grunt.
The great journey is nigh, and nothing.
Yeah, he was going to do anything he could to avoid. Oh, there he is. Oh no, Sam Shear. You would do anything to avoid talking to me. I think you're a huge coward.
Kill the demon.
It's so funny, man. Oh, Jesus Christ. So anyway, guys, I just thought it was funny because it was Halo. That almost made me care about Halo again. Well, you know what I mean. I do care about Halo, but I wish Halo would not be filled with microtransactions and unfinished games and being made by developers who treat their workers like shit. You fix those three things, and I'd probably come back. Just saying. You know? But yeah, anyway, I just thought that was funny because that guy's a dickhead, and oh my goodness, you know. And he's not the kind of dickhead that you can like, you know what I mean? Like, if there's a guy who's like a dickhead but genuinely funny, you're kind of like, well, he's an asshole, but that shit was kind of funny, you know, okay, I'll give you an example. Kelsey Grammer, the the guy from what was that show called? Kramer or something? No, not Kramer. What was that fucking show called? Kelsey Grammer. It was a stupid comedy show that aired around the same time as like The Simpsons and King of the Hill, and back in the day. And it was about the main character of the show was a psychiatrist who was extremely polite, but the joke was he's too nice basically, and he gets kind of crapped on in his life because he's always trying to be too nice or something. I think that's what it was about. I didn't watch the show. I didn't really care for it, but it was kind of funny. And the main guy, Kelsey Grammer, he does voice acting for Sideshow Bob in some of the most hilarious Simpsons episodes ever made. And guess what? Kelsey Grammer in real life is a pretty far-right piece of shit character, honestly. But fucking, I laughed like hell at his Sideshow Bob performance, you know? It was really fucking funny. So it's possible to be a right-wing piece of shit and still land some jokes and have some value there, you know? Like, James Woods, for example, he's a far-right, probably pedophile, actually. But he did make me laugh in that vampire John Carpenter's movie, you know? So I'm just saying, you know, it's possible to be funny even if you're a horrible monster person. Look at Louis C.K. He doesn't know how to say no to women. Obviously, but he made me laugh a few times. I mean, the dude wrote Pootatang, for fuck's sake, basically, right? So, yeah, it's possible to have some kind of, like, shitty values, shitty parts of who you are, and maybe you need to work on that. Nobody's perfect, but if you're just straight up nothing but hate and can't land a joke for shit, that's when you become this Cope Feet Crowder dickhead, and man, not exactly a cool guy to hang around, you know? Just saying. But anyways, that shit was funny. Another thing I want to talk about is the military in gaming. These cocksuckers. let me tell you about my dad real quick here, guys. One of the reasons why he's fucking not here is because of the military. Yeah, that's right. He got hepatitis C from the military. They did a bad blood transfusion on him, and he got hepatitis C for that. And they even had to fucking pay my mother a settlement for that bullshit that they did to my dad. So yeah, nice, right? Good job. Good job, military. Good job, government. Thanks a lot for that. Helped contribute to my dad dying sooner. Thank you for that. So you can already tell that I don't really care for the military, and I think they're a bunch of fucking assholes, basically. They do a few things that are good, humanitarian work here and there, and they can get their people to do some, emergency work if like a fucking hurricane or something like that shows up. Yeah, it's good to have them for that, but, there is the whole war crimes, bombing brown people, bombing innocent women and children kind of crap that still happens to this day. Biddy, looking at you, dickhead. Same thing with you, Trump. Same thing with you, Obama. Same thing with you, fucking Bush. And basically every fucking president. I swear to God. We can never have a decent leader. We only have shitty ones and really shitty ones. I swear to God. But anyway, the military. Those dickheads, they like to go onto Twitch and shit and talk about games as if they're, the average Joe, like you or me, some guy, some nerdy dude who grew up playing fucking beat-em-ups, Double Dragon and shit, Mega Man, fucking Super Mario, Zelda, Doom, Castlevania, did I say Metal Gear Solid, Metroid, Star Fox, Kirby, the works, man. These assholes come into, gaming, and they've been doing that since basically around the year 2000 is when these army dickheads started trying to recruit gamer type people. I remember one of their first games from the actual U.S. Army. It was kind of similar to like Counter-Strike back in the day, but not as fun or as cool because of course. And it was kind of like educational, and yeah. Gay. So anyway, but now they're stepping up their game, these dickheads, and they're trying to recruit people into the military and stuff. And it's just kind of funny because you'll like see a lot of their stooges fucking try to advertise, and they'll try to like get a dude who did actually go to the military and list examples on why you, the audience member to their bullshit, should join the military. And they'll try to give you all these incentives, and none of it ever really reeks of patriotism, fighting for your country, doing what's right. No, a lot of it's like, oh, you get these benefits, and you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. You're so full of shit. Fucking military, especially the American military. Like, the American military is basically a tool for doing monstrous, fucked up shit. Like, that's just the fucking truth. They do some nice things to try to justify it, but that, come on, man. If I kill, if two people are watching this video right now and I kill one of them and spare the other, am I a saint because I didn't kill both? No, dude. It's not how that works. Anyway, whatever. But yeah, the military and video games, you guys are a bunch of fucking bootlicking pieces of shit. And I think you guys should fuck off. Like I said, military does some nice things. Yeah, that's nice. That's cute. But I don't give a shit. Like, y'all are too bad as it is. You know what I mean? Like this, when it comes to human life, there's no, oh, well, I saved a few lives too, so it's cool. There's no, okay? Just no. So anyway, the military and gaming can kiss my taint. And I want to talk about microtransactions a little bit here because I see some Halo Infinity fanboy type dickheads trying to argue that it's cool and everything. I just wanted to remind you guys that these microtransaction business models are subject to change whenever the fuck the company feels like it. Like, that is actually a fact. And I know you dickheads aren't going to, acknowledge it because it hurts your argument and your fanboy defense of this fucked up game and company. But what I'm saying is a fucking fact. Once this game comes out, they could easily flip the script and charge out the ass for bullshit fucking prices. And, yeah, I don't want to get too much into these arguments, because what's the point? A lot of you dickheads stopped listening, a long time ago already in this video. But, yeah, microtransactions, I can never really trust that shit. And, yeah, it's kind of bringing up another issue in gaming that's just getting worse and worse, I noticed. Not just with microtransactions, but just value overall for all things gaming. It's becoming harder and harder and harder not to support the things in gaming that you do like and not support the things in gaming that you don't like. And I'll give you an example of this. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, the remake. Half of the game is a online-only microtransaction piece of shit thing, and the other half of the game is a decent single-player experience. Now, I don't care for that bullshit part of the game, but I do want to try out the single-player campaign experience. Do I think it's worth $60? Fuck no. So I ended up getting it for I think it was like $30, the Resident Evil 3 Nemesis remake thingy. And I think that was still a little too expensive. It's more worth $20 if you ask me, but I was a big fan of the orig, so I ended up getting it. But that also meant I had to get it with the fucking gay, fucking stupid bullshit microtransaction mode, and fucking that shit sucks. Fucking I don't want that in the game, but I bought a microtransaction game just to play the single player. So basically, that some of that money went towards making the dickheads at Capcom go, hey, this is kind of popular. Maybe we should do more of this. You know what I mean? Like, God, nobody's perfect, and nobody can be a gamer today with new games at least and go through and get the games that aren't microtransaction games and stick to just that script. And nowadays, a game can come out and seem like, oh, it's fine, everything's cool, and then later they add microtransactions, and it's like, fuck, I already bought it. You know what I mean? They're doing all kinds of crazy shit now. Look at Resident Evil Village. That came out. Okay, cool. Single player experience. Oh, what's this? There's a multiplayer add-on thing that's probably going to have all kinds of side payments and microtransactions, DLC crap, all kinds of shit. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, it's kind of difficult in gaming today to know if you're going to be buying something that you're comfortable with, that is a decent game, that is actually worth the value that you paid for. You know what I mean? It's becoming harder and harder to get good at that. And I've always prided myself as somebody who's good at seeing through this bullshit, but it's getting harder and harder, for all I know, Breath of the Wild 2 could come out, it launches great, and then they add microtransaction bullshit, instead of just the usual expected, a little bit of DLC here and there, it's not a big deal. No, they might hit you with hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of content that you can easily sink that kind of money into, or maybe even close to 1,000 or more. They might actually do this shit. Things are always getting more expensive in this, this hobby. They really are, basically. I just saw, PS5's first Pro controller costing $300 fucking dollars, and it kind of doesn't look like the best Pro controller that I've seen. So that sucks. Ugh, Jesus Christ. And with free-to-play business models, a lot of people try to, say, oh, it's free at first. It's free. It's is it really free? You got to pay for your own internet. You got to sacrifice time. You got to buy the console. You got to have the accessories. You got to fill out online bullshit, some of which you do have to pay for. So this gets confusing, And with Halo Infinite, what are those battle passes? What are the prices going to be? $10 each every time they launch one? $20 each? What's the pricing going to be? That already, even if each battle pass is $10, that already sounds worse than a map pack from Halo 3 back in the day. What are they going to give you? A bunch of fucking cosmetics? Even though like a game like Halo 3 already came with a handful of them, and the map packs came with like 3 maps. Are these battle passes gonna have maps? No, right? The maps are already gonna be there. So why the I don't know. It's just whatever. So yeah, guys, not too impressed with the direction gaming is going in these days. Not too impressed at all. Oh yeah, the Nintendo Switch. Yeah, they didn't unveil a Pro model, so that sucks for me again. I'm getting a little tired of waiting, and I'm starting to think that waiting is kind of stupid at this point, and I should just fucking crack and get a Switch, I guess. But I'm gonna wait one more year, and that's it. I'm gonna wait till the end of this year to see if they unveil the Switch Pro or whatever, and then I'll try my best to get my hands on one. That's basically how I'm gonna play it. If Nintendo doesn't unveil something like that this year, then I'll probably just snap and get a Switch. Fuck it. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna try to do, and it makes sense that they wouldn't unveil it at E3. Honestly, like they might have, but them not doing that makes a little more sense technically, because like think about it from a business standpoint. If you unveil it now, then a lot of people like me are gonna be like, oh okay, well I'll just wait until it launches later this year, and that means I'm not buying any Switch right now. See, they're hoping somebody like me cracks and buys it right now, so they have more steady income. If they announce it now and then say, hey, it's not coming out for a few months, though, no one's going to buy a new Switch, practically, during that time. So that's stupid. I mean, think about it. This is what they did with the Switch Lite. They announced it, like a month or two before it actually launched, close to Christmas time. So there you go, So they're probably going to announce it at the end of the year and then release it in like a few months after they announce it. If they even do announce such a thing. If they don't, I'll fucking crack and I'll just get a Switch. But yeah, if there is a Pro model on the horizon, then I'll be rewarded for waiting this whole fucking time. We'll see what happens. Whatever, though. Anything could happen. So yeah, guys, that pretty much does it for this video. Yeah, I'm gonna be... Oh, check it out real quick. I got this neck from my bro. I'm going to put together on his telly, but it's going to require a little bit more work. What the? Oh, sorry, my phone is being ridiculous. I must have pushed something. Anyway, yeah, I got this licensed neck, but this is badass. It's a 62 style Telecaster neck, and I got it for so cheap, like $200. And it's built pretty much exactly like the originals, pretty much exactly the same. I need to put a decal and do some work to get some tuners in there, of course. But yeah, whoever this dude is, he does amazing work. Like, I compared the quality, and this is fucking great. So yeah. It's cool that guys like this are popping up now because of COVID, guitar prices are bullshit. So you're having some badass luthiers do their own fucking thing, and a lot of them are very good at what they do. Like this is perfect. This is what you need to get yourself a 62 Tele sound right here. Like, so this guy, good job, good fucking job. Anyway, but yeah, guys. I am going to get back to work here, and yeah, just try to be better to each other, Like, watching that racist, bigoted, sexist asshole, looking back on my younger self, I was a little bit like that, I still kind of am, actually, which is fucked up. Like in this very video earlier, I think I remember saying, "That's so gay," or something like that. Like, you really shouldn't talk like that. That's offensive, and I didn't mean it in that way, but it just sort of slips that way, Like when I was in middle school, fucking kids yelling at each other like that all the time. It rubs off on you, and you start talking like that. You know how that's why they call it toxic behavior. It's toxic, you hear it, you see it, you absorb it, you become it, right? I mean, when I was on Xbox Live back in the day, fighting people in Halo, beating the shit out of everybody, and sometimes getting my ass kicked too, um, like it's just a bunch of name calling, childish banter back and forth, and then you start to really get into it and say really nasty things to each other, like "I hope you fucking die" and stuff like that, and you just start becoming this really unpleasant, rude, mean, nasty person, and yeah, it brings out the worst in you, you know. And I get older, I'm mature, and I'm trying not to be like that. But from time to time, when I get a little emotional, when I get a little, intense, when I get a little carried away, I start talking that way a little bit, and that bugs me. And I'm getting better, but I'm just saying, like, try not to be that dude. Try not to be the old me, and even me today is still a little bit bad. I'm still working on that behavior. But you know what I mean. Try to be better to each other. The world is cruel and hard a lot of the time. Things a lot of the time don't even fucking work out good at all, Like some people just have real bad fucking luck, and you gotta understand that, you just do. Like you got to have some sympathy for other people and whatnot. And it's easy to get carried away and get frustrated and forget about stuff like that. And it's good to remind yourself to not lose your shit, you know? But no one's perfect, so I keep going back, right? Try to be better, but also... I'm such a jackass. Anyway, but you know what I mean. Try to be nicer human beings. Try not to be such a childish fool. And one last thing I was going to say is I know sometimes I get into it with the 343 fanboy and I start calling him all these names and being an asshole to him. And I do realize that I'm crossing the line. And a lot of the time it's just some fucking kid who's like a teenager or whatever. And they can't really comprehend what I'm saying, because to them it's just a dumb video game they play after school. To me, I see the disgusting corporation and what they're doing behind the game. You know what I mean? So, like, of course, they're not going to fully understand where I'm coming from and just lash out. And sometimes I'll lash out at them for lashing out at me for pointing out that the game's flawed, and you know what I mean? My point is, you're just at that point you're just being cruel to a stupid kid. And that's not nice. Kid don't deserve that. The kid's too stupid to understand, so why even bother? Why waste your time, right? That's the point I was trying to make. And yeah, I've wasted plenty of time fucking talking to dumbass kids who aren't gonna understand where I'm coming from. And like, what am I doing? That's dumb. I mean, it's kind of funny to see what they say from time to time. Don't get me wrong, but like if you watch my video on the crazy Xbox Live messages that I've received over the years, like yo, wow, right? I mean, that shit's wild. But you know my point. Don't get into fights with little kids. That's what I'm trying to say. So anyway, guys, yeah, try to be more mature and stuff. And I'm starting to see that more. Like gaming as a whole, I think if you look at 2015, 16 versus today, I think gamers are more mature now, and I think that's a good thing. I'm seeing more maturity, which is good. Not as much as I'd like, but gamers are overall getting smarter, I'd argue. But unfortunately, gaming is becoming more disgusting with its corporate bullshit. It's kind of like guitars, actually. Guitars back in the day, they had the best wood, but the crappiest know-how. Today, we fucked up the planet massively, so we have crappier wood to choose from, which sucks. But we have better know-how on how to make guitars more playable and more comfortable and stuff like that. And that's kind of how it is with gaming, Back then, people were more creative and new to the platform of gaming, so there were more new ideas and crazy things to figure out and do. And today, there's less creativity, but fancier gadgets to make the games come to life, look better, run better, load better, that kind of thing. But unfortunately, that also it became really popular, and gaming is really profitable for a lot of corporations. So now a lot of evil corporate greed has infested the hobby of gaming and has made things extremely overpriced and shitty in a lot of ways. So that sucks. Anyway, what am I talking about? I'm getting tired, I guess. I should probably get going. But yeah, guys, Jimmy, send me a text at some time. We'll talk about something that's not garbage in the gaming world. There's some indie games that are pretty cool, man. There's one where you're a lesbian squirrel, and it plays a lot like Super Mario Brothers 3 on the regular Nintendo. Yeah, that shit looks fun. I'm gonna have to check that one out. Movie Bob was recommending it. Anyway, cool shit, and yeah, try to be better to each other, even though no one's perfect. Try anyway. Laters.